we welcome our wonderful and dynamic Borough President, Marty Markowitz.
Thank you very, very much. Thanks, and thank you also very, very much for being here. And we look forward to this event each and every year. As I look around the room, some of you are about my age, give or take a few years, but it's good to see some younger ones here. Good, because the legacy carries on through you. And so I'm delighted that you're here. Whenever I have to follow Yvonne at any kind of event, I like to take the opportunity to demonstrate an object lesson for our audiences. You know how in diet ads, they always have a before picture and an after picture, because we always see on TV. Well, think of me as the before, and think of Yvonne as the after. Now, of course, she always reminds me that it takes work on her part, because each and every day Yvonne runs 5 miles a day. Obviously, the results speak for themselves. She's my role model, that's for sure. Now, she may run 5 miles a day, but the work she does on behalf of Brooklyn is the equivalent of running 100 miles a day. So, Yvonne, what can I say? Thank you for your outstanding leadership here at Borough Hall and all of Brooklyn. Thank you very, very much. Let me, if I may, congratulate tonight's honorees. And at the end of my few words, I'll ask the honorees to join me here. We'll take a picture together because my scheduled staff got me moving around the borough tonight. So you'll forgive me, but I'm delighted that each of the honorees that we extended, that accepted, are here with us tonight. And I must tell you, you got a great reception afterwards, so you won't miss me one bit, and I know that. That's okay. But Terry Coxon, Terry, I congratulate you, United States Small Business Administration's regional advocate for New York and Jersey, Puerto Rico, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. So congratulations to you. We have a brand new Parks Commissioner here in Brooklyn, but he's not brand new to me. And for those of us that are active in making sure that every park in Brooklyn is well kept, and some of the great new parks that are coming online, from Bensonhurst over to Williamsburg and everywhere in between, all indicate that Kevin Jeffrey, our honoree, is really getting involved. In fact, it's Kevin, all I can say is that you're coming into the best of times and challenging times. But I know you've got what it takes. You've been with Parks Department many, many years, and I know that you'll already show great leadership in the Parks Department. And of course, there's a great organization, and I want to say to the women here particularly, of my concern that all of the fraternal sororities that we have in our women's organizations really have got to really work hard to get younger women involved, because I want to see your organizations around for many years to come. Jack and Jill is an outstanding organization. It does great year-round community service. Lots of women today are belonging to professional associations, work-related, as opposed to these great sororities and women's groups that truly do unbelievable community work. So to Jack and Jill, I commend the members. Great organization. Jack and Jill of America. Let me thank tonight's sponsor, Metro Plus, and Gail Smith. Is Gail here? She's not here. Well, Gail, thank you very, very much. And Metro Plus, and also providing delicious food for tonight's reception. Bee Cake NY, Dajé, the Soul Slut, and someone who doesn't know Lion Eddie Freeman of Sugar Hill. So, Lion Freeman, thank you very, very much. And also I want to thank, as always, Brooklyn's official church lady, and she is Brooklyn's official church lady, looking good, Ophelia Berry. Ophelia, good to see you. And I pray that, we all pray for him. And of course, for the excellent beverages, that's what I'm calling them tonight, Diageo, Danielle Robinson, and Leslie Vasquez. Thank you so very, very much. Thank you for your great beverages. And you know what the brands are. Okay. And as we do every year around this time, tonight we celebrate Black History Month by noting the achievements of African Americans and Caribbean Americans in Brooklyn. By the way, I think one of these days we're probably not going to be doing this anymore, I have to tell you. course, the truth of the matter is that African Americans are Brooklyn. I mean, it is America, and it's Brooklyn, if you think about it. I mean, it's great doing this, and we enjoy it. But the truth is that today, you know, we're all a little black, if you think about it. We really are. All a little this, all a little that. Truly, in so many, many ways. But for our children, there is no question for our kids to have that pride of the rich history of African Americans here, of course, in our country and beyond, especially in Africa as well. 1 month can never do justice to the legacy of Black Americans, for sure. And not even one night can express, far from it, how Black Brooklynites have contributed to our world. After all, as I'm sure you know, Brooklyn has the largest African American population by county that is not a city in and of itself, which means only Cook County, which includes the city of Chicago, has a larger Black population than Brooklyn. So that's very special for us. Brooklyn's Black communities are synonymous with Brooklyn itself. Without them, Brooklyn, as I said, simply would not be Brooklyn. But I'll go further than that. I'll say right now that America would not be what it is today without Brooklyn's Black Americans. Let me tell you what I mean. Shirley Chisholm. Shirley Chisholm, beloved Congresswoman, blessed memory, was the first Black congresswoman and the very first Black candidate in a major party to run for president. In many ways, opening the door for the future. And President Barack Obama is just the beginning. Believe me, just the beginning. So, if I may, I'd like to read just a few names of prominent Black Americans who have come from Brooklyn. Just to remind you, Dick Parsons, chair of Citigroup, and former chair or CEO of Time Warner. Noel Pointer of blessed memory. Eubie Blake, Mos Def, Foxy Brown. Stephanie Mills, Willie Randolph Jr., Lena Horne, Jay-Z, Louis Gossett Jr., Adelaide Hill, Connie Hawkins, Gregory Hines, Michael Jordan, yes, that Michael Jordan, born in Brooklyn. Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One, Spike Lee, Emmanuel Lewis, Little Kim, Maxwell, Gabourey Sidibe, Busta Rhymes, Max Roach, Chris Rock, Mike Tyson, Ben Vereen, Biggie Smalls, Randy Weston, Jean Michel Basquiat, Riddick Bowe, Eddie Murphy, and of course Byron Lewis, who is CEO of Uniworld right now, right in Brooklyn, the pioneer of African American multicultural marketing. Just think about how much history is contained in just that little list, and try to imagine America without these outstanding individuals. Now there is another group, and that is another group that are not born in Brooklyn, but I'm making them honorary Brooklynites. Jackie Robinson, of blessed memory, of course. Ronald Williams of Aetna, head of it. Rodney O'Neill, Delphi, head. Stan O'Neill, Merrill Lynch, head. Ann Fudge, CEO, Young and Rubicon, head. Reginald Davis, CEO of the Atlantic Division of General Electric, head. Carl Halton, CEO of Absolute. Alloy Lewis, Sears. Pamela Thompson Graham, CNBC. John Thompson, Chair of Symantec Corporation. Lloyd Trotter, CEO, President, Consumer Division of General Electric. Brian Anderson, CFO, OfficeMax. James Bell, CFO, Boeing. Tom Brown, Senior Vice President, Ford Motor Company. Monty Ford, CIO, American Airlines, and its parent company, AMR. Jerry DeVar, Chief Marketing Officer for Nokia. Darrell Hazel, President, Lincoln Mercury. William Lamar Jr., CMO, McDonald's. Sylvia Rome, President, Motown, and Executive Vice President of Universal Music. And United States Trade Representative, Ron Kirk. It would take me a couple years to give a list of the unbelievable leadership in corporate, entertainment, education, and every walk of life. You know it, and I know it. And we celebrate that every single day in Brooklyn. Tonight, we also remember those Brooklynites who were called home this year, such as beloved Bethel Stuyvesant, Brooklyn-born singer, actress, and activist, Lena Horne. Ed Carter, many of us knew Ed, Community Board 2-member, Vice Chair, and a dedicated Fort Greene activist. Arthur Kopich, Brooklyn artist and educator. Dr. Henry Frank, esteemed former counsel, a General of Haiti, and Executive Director of the Haitian Centers Council. Norman Henry, many of us remember Norman Henry. He owned Henry House Catering on Bedford Bedford Avenue. Dr. Harvey Garner, well, he should be in this, sorry, Dr. Garner, forgive me. Reginald Nero, I don't know how many of you remember Reggie. Reggie ran all the youth activities at Wingate Park. Short guy, he was a boxer in his younger years, Reggie. Samuel St. Bernard, founder of the Tri-Block Crowd Gardens. So what an outstanding leader. William Bill Saunders, former district leader in Fort Greene. Stanfield Simmons, owner, director, and creator of the Simmons Collection African American Museum. Robert Skanes, longtime member of the Bed-Stuy Lions Club, of which I belong. Sidney Small, owner of WWRL Radio. All of these, of blessed memory, will be called home, are truly with us tonight. It is undeniable that we have made great strides towards racial equality in this country. Just think how amazing it is that we're now in the middle of the first term of President Obama. And every day must deal with the slings and arrows of a right wing who they can't accept that our nation has a black president. They still just can't believe it. But we have much left to do. And on the occasion of Black History Month, I want you to know that Brooklyn is rolling up its sleeves and getting to the hard work of building a better future. Because President Obama is just the start. And believe me, in every area of life I've already shared with you, believe me, the unbelievable contributions, especially those that are coming on up behind us. The latest report by the organization A+ Schools shows that the achievement gap between white and black students continues to narrow. Good. That's great news, but the report also says that at this rate, it will be another 40 years before the gap is totally eliminated. 40 years? Well, I'll be 106, I don't know about you. And frankly, I don't think I can wait that long. I say that we close that gap within the next few years. I'm confident that that will happen right here in Brooklyn, USA. That's why I was thrilled to announce at my State of the Borough, and some of you were there, earlier this month that Paul Robeson High in North Crown Heights will be the site of a technology-themed high school underwritten by IBM. It will be a 9th through college, 2 years, under the auspices of New York City College of Technology. The beauty of this is not a school that's picking the creme de la creme in terms of academic. They're going to be, that school is going to be for the residents of that neighborhood. And believe me, I know, because that was my Senate district. So I know when it comes to Albany houses and Kingsborough houses, Weeksville, this is going to be a very, very good thing for the kids in that neighborhood. Now I hope they take advantage of it. And in a nation where the top 1% of earners controls more than 1/3 of the wealth, while the bottom 50% control less than 3%, all of us must do everything we can to fight for economic equality. The best way to do that is to create better jobs, especially here in Brooklyn, where black male unemployment in some neighborhoods exceeds 20%. That's not good for them, their families, any of us. It's not good for the country. It's not good. That's why, at least in our little way, we're spearheading a soon-to-be-announced economic incubator in one of Brooklyn's most economically challenged communities. We're reviewing where it's going to be. That will allow those of you that know people in business, but they're not in their own place yet. They have an idea in their head, they have an idea of a business plan, they haven't got the money for rent, they haven't got the money for investment in terms of, but they'll have this incubator where they can learn, where they can feed together, pool together with resources there, and then once their business uplifts, they're gone. And they're out on their own, so another small little idea can become big. The biggest job generator in Brooklyn happens to be small business. So we've got a great investment. I mean, after all, you look at PC Richard, they didn't start with 150, 200 stores. They started right here in Brooklyn, USA, just to name one of many businesses that started in Brooklyn and grew to be quite large. If history has proven anything, it is that there is nothing Brooklyn's black communities cannot accomplish. And I know that it will be these communities that make history every day, who will continue to lead Brooklyn into a brighter future. So I want to commend each and every one of you for being here tonight. I will take a picture with all the honorees. Please join me. And then each and every one of you have a great evening. And by the way, remember, our office is always here in any way we can serve you. Believe me, the one thing I got to tell you, being borough president, you never know what every minute brings. I have to tell you something. It's a unique experience being borough president or any elected official these days. But you got to roll. That's the way it is. That's the way it is. I hope you'll be in good health. That's the most important thing. Someone who just turned 66, I can assure you that, believe me, health.
Hi, this is Raquel. I'm here at Brooklyn Borough Hall with the president of Brooklyn, Marty Markowitz. I'd like to say thank you and welcome to Pure Fame Media. And I'd like to say thank you for what you've been doing for Brooklyn. You're doing a very good job. And I'd first like to ask you, what does Black history mean to you?
It means that Brooklyn is the leaders of the Black community in America because we have the largest population. Brooklyn is the innovator and is really the hub, in my opinion, of Black life in America today. But as I mentioned earlier, you know what? We're all a little Black. Think about the contributions that Black Americans have provided. And therefore, how can you not be a little Black if you're not? It's true. No question about it.
So why do you do this every year for Black History Month? Do you do it here or do you do it at other places?
No, I do it here, but I attend a lot of I attend a lot of Black History Month events. But we do one major one here because this is Borough Hall. This is Brooklyn City Hall. I mean, we should do it here. This is the place it should be. But as I speak, there are many Black History Month events all over the borough and in churches and many other organizations.
Okay, what type of leader do you consider yourself to be? A participative leader or a sovereign leader?
I think of myself as someone who leads by working harder than, I try to work harder than anyone I know. And also, there's nothing more important to me than the trust that the residents of Brooklyn have in me. That's it. I mean, I'm not Franklin Delano Roosevelt. I'm not Barack Obama. I don't pretend to be. But we're all who we are, and I try my best to serve the residents of Brooklyn.
And you're doing a very good job.
I try, and there are people who love me, and there are people that don't. But when you're in public life, like in a family, it's the same thing.
Okay, one last question. How is the camp going? You started in 2002.
Right. You mean our
Brooklyn
camp? Yeah, actually, I started before that. Of course, it's not really a camp. We raise money and send hundreds and hundreds of kids to accredited sleepaway camps during the summer. Over 400 kids get away, get a nice summer vacation for a few weeks in a beautiful camp, all paid for by money that we raise all year round. So it's going very well. We call it Camp Brooklyn, but it's not an actual camp. But that's okay. It gives them great experiences. And I know because when I was a boy, I went to sleepaway camp and it helped my life. I know it's helping the kids today.
And I want to thank you very much for that. The kids of Brooklyn need that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
My
It's great
pleasure.
talking to you.
How does it feel to be that tall?
Feels great up here.